What's up, everyone? So recently, the 316 Publishing Company, combined with Steadfast Bibles, started their next run of the LSB Bible with the full edition now available, not just the Psalms and Proverbs and the New Testament. I had gotten this Bible initially when they just had the New Testament out earlier this year, at the end of last year. But now they have a new run of the New Testaments out, so I figured I'd do a review so that way you know what you're getting and what they have available now. So the Legacy Standard Bible is a translation, which is an update of the New American Standard 1995, done by the Master's Seminary and John MacArthur, those guys in that field, in that ministry. So it's not just one person's translation like some people I know have stated and argued for. It is a group of people. It is a singular group of people, but it is a team. So I'm not going to do much on the translation itself in this video because there are many people who have done that already. I'm just going to be reviewing the Bible itself. So this is the black goatskin edition. This is the box, and you will notice throughout this video that they did an extremely detailed job with this edition and their goatskin editions. I believe they did it on all their editions as well, but you can just see it in this craftsmanship. So the box is a two-piece thick cardboard. It's an extremely durable box. You can see here it's just that's some really thick cardboard. It has 316 publishing on the back. Then you have your Legacy Bible. This is their symbol for the Legacy Standard Bible. And then this is Steadfast Bible's insignia. You have New Testament with Psalms and Proverbs. So that's your box. And here's the Bible itself. Now you'll notice right off that it is a full yap, and I'll get to that in a moment. But looking at the dimensions, it is 4.5 inches wide by 6.2 inches tall and about 3/4 of an inch thick. It is perimeter stitched, and then on your spine you have your LSB Legacy Standard, New Testament, Psalms and Proverbs, and then Steadfast Bibles. I personally think this is kind of busy for this small spine. I think they could have just done LSB or Legacy Standard Bible without New Testament, Psalms and Proverbs, because you already know that's what it is. But I mean, I'm not knocking it for having all that information on there. It's good. And then you just have plain on the back. And looking at the yap here, you can see it is a full yap. Opening it up, you have a calfskin liner. Now this is their shamar, I'm not sure how to say that exactly, shamar goatskin that they have on their preacher's Bibles, the handy-sized and the regular preacher's Bibles. Same goatskin leather on that is on those. You have a calfskin liner with a perimeter gilt line. The corner work on this is exquisite, and I am impressed. That's the one thing I noticed in opening this up, was that they did not cut any corners, pun intended, on this Bible in any way. The corner work is very well done. It's pretty much perfect all the way around. You can see your gilt line does go into the spine all the way through. Some of them do cut off there. This one does not. And you can see your tab here. Then you have your black end sheet, and same on both sides. You do have one double-sided satin ribbon. It's a small ribbon, but this is a small Bible, so you're not really in need of much more. You do have a red under gold gilding. Very well done. It's pretty solid gold, and there's not really any variation to it. It's nice and glossy. And I did notice that the full yap is actually a really smart idea. I wasn't sure that I would like it once I figured out that it was full yap, which I didn't know originally. But if you use this like a New Testament theoretically should be used as a carry with you, put it in your pocket sort of resource, that the full yap is an excellent idea because it protects the pages. And I never thought of it in the small Bible like this having that, but it is a really, really smart way to go. So that was something cool I learned after using it for a little bit. So we will open it up here. We have your opening Legacy Standard Bible, same as it's on the box. Here's your publishing page. You have, this is endorsed by the Lockman Foundation. You'll notice that. So it's not its own thing. It is a legitimate update by Lockman, endorsed by them. You have printed in the Netherlands by Royal Youngblood, and then this is the first edition from January of this year. And here's your contents page. And the paper is a 32 GSM, the French milled Bible paper, same as their Preacher's Bibles and handy size Preacher's Bibles. You have your preface to the Legacy Standard Bible, which if you get this, I would obviously encourage you to read, because this is gives you all the reasoning behind their translation philosophy there. Abbreviations, and then you get into the New Testament itself. So this is edge-lined, and so the tab does keep the pages from opening flat all the time. I've used this quite a bit, and you can still see that it wants to stick up right at Matthew. However, even after once you get to Mark, it pretty much lays open well enough, but it does want to stick up there. So looking at the text itself, you'll notice that it's quite legible, and that is because it is an 8.5 font. So that is the same as the Schuyler personal size Quintel, which I will compare to in a moment here for size. But it's line matched, and it is verse by verse. And so just going through the list of premium features that you would expect in a premium Bible, this New Testament fits every one of those, and that is what impressed me the most, was just the attention to detail in every respect. So I can't remember, I'm not sure if there was an overcast stitch mark on here anywhere. It's not noticeable if there is. So we'll just kind of go through it and look at some things here. So there's no major textual footnotes in this edition. I'm not sure if they're going to add them all in the full edition, but in the New Testament they didn't, so that's very minimal. But you do have the subject headings for the chapters. Now, let me find, I believe, I can't remember, that the books start on their own page. Nope, they don't. So here's an example. This is similar to some of the older King James Version text blocks and layouts, is that the books don't necessarily begin on their own page, like at the beginning with Matthew starting at the beginning of a page. John starts midway, so the end of, or First John here, it's at the end of 2 Peter is still on the top of that page, and it just starts next, a couple lines down. Some people like that, some people don't. I don't personally really care. It does kind of make sense to have it on its own page, but I can see this conserves space definitely, so that in a small Bible like this, that makes sense. So taking a look at the PSQ for comparison on the inside, you can see how the text is very, very similar. And this is the full Bible. This is just the New Testament. So the 8.5 is definitely, even though they're not the same text, they're very close. And you can see that 8.5 is very similar even across publishers here. And obviously that's Royal Youngblood, both Bibles here. But this is Schuyler's own design on the text. But overall, the Bibles are very complementary in their size. I know I've done some pictures of both of these before, but you can see it's just a little bit smaller, but it's a New Testament. There's not much to it. So then I have a Gideon here to kind of show they did make this Bible much bigger than a normal Gideon. You can see the text there, very much enhanced in the LSB. And then as another comparison to a full Bible, this is the Crossway ESV Compact. very similar size, but again, this is a 6-point where this is 8.5, so you can definitely see a difference there. So those are just a couple comparisons. So here's your ribbon. You just have black tail and headbands. And it is a black letter text. There's no red letter. The beginning of paragraphs are in bold numbers. And then similar to the New American Standard, they kept the tradition of highlighting the Old Testament quotations in all caps, I believe. So, not sure. Yeah, here we go. So Old Testament quotations in the New Testament are in capital letters, just like the NASB. And we'll get into the Psalms and Proverbs here. So Psalms, similar to a traditional Bible setting, this is already verse by verse, but you can see here that it's a little bit more spaced out, so you can kind of see the verses better. Like these ones, the verse numbers are inset, where on the Psalms, they're on the outside of the verse. A little easier to find and kind of sets it apart from the rest of the New Testament. You got Proverbs, same way. And then you get into the end, which has your table of monetary units, and then table of weights and measures, a couple sheets of blank paper, and then your cardstock at the end. So that is the Legacy Standard Bible New Testament of Psalms and Proverbs in the black shamar goatskin. They do have this available, I believe, again now. So I know the first batch of these sold out really fast, but I think this round most people were looking at the full length editions of the Bible, so there may be some of these left. If not, I know they have more than they did before. So that is all I got to say so far on this thing. I really enjoyed using this translation. It's a little bit different. There are some unique features to it, but definitely if you're not wanting to get a goatskin version, they do have imitation leather and calfskin or cowhide. So they have multiple options. Some of the cowhide and the paste down or the imitation are both paste down liners, and then they do have the goatskin edge-lined edition. So hopefully that was helpful, and if you're looking to buy one of these, hopefully that gave you an idea of what you're getting or going to get. So thanks for watching, and have a great rest of whatever time of day you're in.